It's the Caleb
I'm going to pack one, pick one in Urza's Saga. The main reason being it's better than all these other cards. Yeah. Of all the bands that I blast off stream when I want to rock out, I think my wife is the least fan of Acid Mammoth. Only because she mocks the singer every time she walks through the room. Yeah, I'm just gonna swords. I'm just gonna fucking swords. I very often end up blue-white anyway, whether it's a Saga. You like them, it's just fun? There's nothing wrong with fun. Oh, man. 2 mid packs in a row? Really? I'm pretty happy first picking Urza Saga or Swords Plowshares. And then Tez is more in the second or third pick range, but we're still in that fucking range. This is good. Sure, I don't have a Black Lotus or whatever, but this is all stuff I'm happy with. Oh, you're talking about, like, outside of the picks? Like, not for me specifically, just the packs in general. I could see that. I really like having a sweeper in these artifact decks. I'm going to grab Wrath. Talisman's tempting. Currently, our early section of our curve is a little lacking. Chromox, maybe. Usually hard to make that one work with your artifact-based deck. Might grab it anyway. Maybe Riddler would play well in this archetype, just because you dump your hand so quickly. I've played Trainer in artifacts before. It's kind of okay. Most of your decks a hit. I think I'm just going to grab Eagles. Does make the Chromox look a little better. We have Spellbinder as a sideboard card against sneak attack decks, I guess. Ace up, Riblek. You hope I'm doing well? I am indeed doing well. I was rocking out a bit earlier. I'm a new drum kit. And I'm still, like, rusty. I'm still, like, getting back into it. But just the fact that I could, like, work up a nice sweat and jam a bit and my wrists still feel good is, it's a lot. It's a lot for a Caleb, that's for sure. For me specifically. Now we got some cube going. Think about the Soul Cauldron. Think about Citadel as a tinker target. Yeah. Just in case. Skydiver could be a good sideboard card. I think about that Odawara. A little value in the mana base. Sometimes a random O-ring effect can be nice. Just having a universal answer and being able to like hit opposing planeswalkers and stuff can be something that Artifacts has trouble with. Because it's not like we got a bunch of like haste creatures and such. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Painless Quill, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 1 streak there. Has Maelstrom Wanderer ever been in cube? Not this cube. It's really sick in Living the Dream cube. So ideally, Mox Opal would be something that we could get late, but I kind of don't want to depend on it. I'm just going to grab it now. This is very good with what I'm doing. Probably drafting Mono Red Shepherd Tone. You did just come back to what is technically a double Mox deck. Retrofitter plays really well with the Saga and the Tezzeret. Very easy to get that Tez to alt. One of my pet cards, Currency Converter. Cool. Well, our Saga looks a lot better now. Our Saga and our Tez here. Council's Judgment, Talisman, Time Twister. I'm typically a fan of Time Twister in these decks if you end up with like a Time Walk or a Time Warp. Because you have all this mana, so a lot of times you can do multiple of that stuff in a turn. I did pass Narset earlier. I think I want that talisman. I think I want a talisman in here. Well, I'll grab the Twister, I guess. Well, maybe I won't. Yeah, okay. Ooh, an Ugin. Yeah, the Lorien and the Witch Enchanter would both play well with the Chrome Monks. I've really enjoyed Ugin a lot lately. The top end of these artifact decks in particular. If Tezzeret has a Darksteel body, why not Indestructible? That's a good question. Basically, he's been skimping on the oil and such. If you... So, like, you assume that a Tezzeret, like, with the Darksteel armor, the Darksteel plating, you know, would be indestructible forever. But if you put enough mileage on him, you know, there's all this stuff from the road conditions. Like, they salt in the winter. Ooh, a Shorikai. All of that can be really rough on a Tezzeret Cruel Captain's body. And then that so-called indestructible plating wears down. So it's still, I would say that it's still worth it, but it is something to consider when you're at the Tez dealership and they're trying to upsell you. It's good, but like it's, you know, it's quotes indestructible. It's not indestructible. Think about the Soul Guide Lantern. Think about an Absent. Wow, we have Narset Twister. I guess I want that. Yeah, the Mystical Tutor and the Archive, both tempting, of course. Some of these cards are likely to end up in the main deck. We're not, like, overflowing with playables. Like, if this was what we had locked in. Ooh, an Enchanter. Then pack 3, we would need, like, 10 playables. Make that 9. But we can play the Ice Boig, or maybe the Memory Jar. Did we 3-0 with the green-red deck? You better believe we did. So pack 3, besides the obvious power, and the artifact power plays really well with what we're doing. Besides the obvious power, the next best things we can get are Academy and Workshops, of course. Someone did grab the Basalt Monolith in pack 1, so that gadget here is not going to combo for us. But it could still be a fine pickup in artifacts. I kind of dig the Stoneforge Mystic. Let's take the Stoneforge Mystic and wheel that Cauldron Complete. People typically don't grab Cauldron unless they already have Stoneforge. At least in pack 3. A little Spellbomb action. Gross. Well, Karn's kind of nice. So is No More Lies. Candelabra, but no Academy, huh? Maybe I'm supposed to grab that Mystic Confluence and just have a random powerful counter in here. And now we only need like 4-ish playables. I like Palantir with Workshops. I don't have a Workshops though. I'm gonna grab a Singing to Stupor instead. That Chromox is actually looking interesting. Hard to do in artifacts. Is this the same cube as the one they updated with Lorwyn cards? Huh? You mean the set that was literally just released? Hasn't Lorwyn only been out for like a week or two? Are you thinking of Avatar? This one does have Lorwyn cards, but it's only been up for like a bit. That balance, pretty good. Pretty good with what we're doing. Nice balance. What? Thank you. Hey, we got that call to complete back. You don't think we have enough artifacts for Mox Opal? You basically have enough artifacts just with Urza's Saga by itself, and Retrofitter by itself also turns it on. There's plenty. Nice. Couple of counters, couple of sweepers. Not even counting the Tez in the card. Yeah, and some of like our non-artifacts are actually artifacts, right? Like Stoneforge Mystic and Urza both show up with one. Karn shows up with one, like you mentioned. Hell, even Sunfall makes an artifact. Yeah, so we didn't get Academy, we didn't get Workshops, but I think we got a pretty saucy one here anyway. A Soul Ring or a regular Mox would help a lot, of course. This would make us dead even colors-wise, because there's an Odawara there, and then one more Plains balances it. I think I dig that, right? We've got double blues and double whites up in that. And then there's, of course, Singing a Stupor and Witch Enchanter, which also balance each other. Oh, the Eagles do not have a duel to grab. Okay, so this is one more Plains. Alright, I don't care. I'm done thinking about it. You got your factories, Summer and Winter for pre-modern. Very cool. Yeah, I got a second set of factories. I think I've got, did they make a list version of those that are just like egregious whiteboarded? Anyway, I got a set of gold border ones and a set of like 4th edition ones. Feeling pretty good about it. Playing Chalice here doesn't let you hold up No More Lies. It's pretty nice if you go Chalice into Currency Converter activation, but... Raid! Voxy! Voxy, how was your stream? How was Voxy's stream? How did it go? Was she playing Magic or something good? No, my token! Fine. For those that don't know, Voxy is an awesome fucking Magic the Gathering streamer who does a little bit more variety than me. And swears a lot more than me. Is Arena and Lorwyn traditional best of 3 drafts. Nice. I've been liking that Lorwyn format. It's a good ass format. We did not hit the Academy, as you can see here. We went pack 1, pick 1 Urza's Saga. Did a good job of clearing our lane, but did not find Academy or Workshops. We're also powerless, too. No Moxen or Soul Ring or anything here. Fuck ads and fuck ice. I'll choose both of those. Even though I need ads to live. Every time I can, like, you do a service where I don't have to see the ads anymore, I, like, click that button so fast. Like with Twitch, it's Twitch Turbo. with YouTube. It's like the YouTube Premium Red, whatever it's called. Powerless with Time Twister. Yeah, Time Twister is not considered power in Vintage Cube. Sorry if that's confusing. And typically when people are talking about power in Vintage Cube, they also include Soul Ring and Mana Crypt. I think I've been arguing that they should also include Caracas. Fair enough. Crocus does solo a lot of games. And has like a similar win rate to Power and just fits every deck. I've been telling people that if you treat Crocus like a Mox, you'll be pretty close to evaluating it correctly. Kind of regret not waiting until I could save it with Odoar or something. Or Mana Short here. Yeah, one of the reasons that Twister was considered one of the Power 9, even though it's like individually worse than the others, is because it's so good with the other ones. So if you're building like say a vintage deck and you've got one of each piece of power in your deck, then Twister's gonna be really awesome, right? Recycling your Ancestral Recall, your Time Walk, your Black Lotus. Gonna be an extremely good card, potentially even better than the other ones. But if it's your only piece of power, it's like not even really power anymore. It's just a regular ass magic card. Plenty of other draw 7s out there these days. I wonder if I should have let it resolve so I'd have something for Ugin to exile. I'll just do this. Wishcast Enthusiast says that they've been mostly lurking, watching play cubes for years at this point, but finally started diving into cubes more themselves. Having a blast. Thanks for the years of jamming cubes. Absolutely, Wishcast. Abso-fucking-lutely. Opponent's got an assload of cards over there, huh? I guess that's what Gush does. I've been kind of impressed with Gush plus Psychic Frog. I haven't managed to pair them in a bit. Okie dokie. We do lack the Academy and workshops and any power. But what we lack in those things, we make up for in grit, in self-determination, in in other cards that aren't those things, yeah. Got a lot of basics. We have so many basics. They're gonna have a real rough time trying to Blood Moon us out, that's for shame. It's grown on me, Comrade Crabcake. The first listen, I was like, yeah, this is fine. Island is kind of power. It depends on your art. Depends on the art of the basic. So they can steal the call to complete, but it won't re-equip. they'll have to spend another 7 mana to move it to another creature. Pretty good chance they grab the Mox Opal. We can't tap it in response, because we don't have 3 artifacts. So they would get an untapped Mox Opal, I guess. You have a collection of foil Saga lands. Nice. Yeah, I have a shitload of Saga basics. Every once in a while, I'll start a new project, build a new cube, or build a gauntlet for some fucking format, and I'll need to pile more basics, and then I'll scour the internet. I think this Mystic Confluence just wins. That's what I think. We're gonna attack and then untap it with Tez, so they're not dead on board. Makes sense to me. GG. Cool. Well, we beat a DAC deck. DAC particularly good against the artifact nonsense. Green 2 maybe? Yeah, good call, good call. There's like multiple one-landers in a row. Well, if my opponent does the slowest opener of all time. Hey, Mean Bean. Oh shit, cube up. Appreciate the sub there. I don't want to balance here. I would, they would discard 3 cards, but I'd have to sack a land. I don't want to sack a land. Goes against my moral principles. What are the odds that they have a counter? They didn't last turn when I landed the Narset. I'll try this. Awesome. Yeah, I was worried about our hand being too slow, and then the opponent ran out Black Lotus, and I was like, oh no, here we go. And then our spells just resolved, and they didn't do anything, and they died. Kind of reads like they had a removal heavy hand or something. It's a Wizard's Abode Easy 6. There are plenty of, what's the word? Illusions. Illusions abound. Opponent discarded Passes Oracle. A bit troubling. Kind of makes me wonder if they're just going to tutor a Black Lotus and win here. Crunchings and munchings. If this video makes it to YouTube, there's gonna be some folks complaining. As is their right. I win. I guess I will turn to the saga. No one normal wants to be a politician. Yeah. Not if they find out what it's all about. I win. We've been having some good ass draws, huh? Close. We'll send it back. I guess. Fuck. I miss when I had a pile of chips in front of me. So you get Stoneforge Mystic here, and they Jace Bounce, and then what? I think I might prefer Retrofitter, because then we untap, and then we can, like, upgrade that to a 1-1, and then we can make a 4-4 that's, like, just not vulnerable to the Jace bouncing. It's pretty poops, but, you know, whatever. Oh, he should have gone all in, comrade. Made as many deals as possible. And then quit. Declare vote bankruptcy. Yeah, you got it. 2 types in the bin for fear. So I'm going to stack this, holding priority, and then respond with an untap. And then the opponent won't have an option to, if they had like a shock or a bolt or something, they won't have a middle ground to get rid of this game. Now they can chump, I guess. Wish we had a Metamorph to jack that one ring. Our O-ring in the sideboard. I think I'm gonna come bring that one the fuck in. It's like exactly the sort of nonsense you want it for him. Yeah, you got it. Everyone's got all the mana. They got all the cards. We can scoop to that one, I think. It's good Kolaghan's Command. I dig all that. Yeah, you got it, friend. Nettlecyst, you say? Where's an academy when you need one, huh? Shocking Self. Or when you see a Toxic for 5 here. Kolaghan's Command. Okay. They're down to 2. That was good enough. We get them. Hot diggity. Look at that trophy. Back to back? Back to back trophies? Haven't had enough beer. Maybe I should switch to something harder. Give my opponents a chance. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some ice real quick.